into the 4th winner bracket quarterfinal. OrcWorker in yellow in the bottom left, EfFeCt in blue. In the upper right, it's Blademaster versus Archmage once again. Everything else would surprise me a lot. And very interesting creep route here. Not going for the laboratory EfFeCt is, but for the Cobalt there. Wind of Illusion, nice for scouting, obviously. So I wonder what EfFeCt's plan is here. It's not that common to see this map in this matchup. But Nov said maybe we practiced a bit. So in my imagination, I see the entire Team Sweden cheering for EfFeCt, practicing with him all week. So they're not pumping irons for a week, but just practicing games the entire time. But it is match points for OrcWorker, who would meet with Cash in an Orc Mirror in the winner bracket semifinal, which would be interesting. And EfFeCt is kind of... I was just about to say, it's not creeping much, but he goes in with Militia against the Renegade with it. This is nice. The Grunt is there, but a little bit lazy or macro mistake here of OrcWorker. Circle of Mobility for him. Now... Oh, he surrounds that Grunt. Well done by EfFeCt. And this is an easy kill for him, and you know what they say, never lose a Grunt in the early game. Now we have a level 2.3 Archmage already, with boots, so he can run away from the Blademaster. And he does good damage, ring around the Water Elemental here. And I think OrcWorker got baited into this little skirmish there, which he couldn't win. EfFeCt going to tier 2. 1/3 done already. There is of course a... What is it? 1 burrow attack? I think so. With a Warmel. So OrcWorker is preparing for a tower push, which he absolutely should. So close to level 3. Good early game. Gets a Grunt for basically free. All he needs is a shop, I guess. And a good second hero. Still has the illusions, which can distract a little later. Oh, unlucky end snare again. Lady Luck is Swedish today. And if he loses 2 grunts in the early game, how can he come back from that? Maybe he can deny this grunt. And he did. So well done by OrcWorker. He's getting close to level 2 himself. For critical strike. But he's still quite far away. Tech is finishing now. And EfFeCt doesn't get level 3 from this. But he killed 2 grunts. Which is hard. No lumber mill yet, which is a little bit surprising. And there's a bestiary and a lodge, so it's not the full tower preparation play by OrcWorker, who's fairly good in his matchup against Human. I mean, he defeated EfFeCt in 2016 at WCA. Had no chance at GCS though, because EfFeCt was just playing out of his mind there. EfFeCt is scouting this. Get the sees the won't see the Shadow Hunter most likely. Oh, there's quite a bit of time on the illusion left, so he might see the Shadow Hunter. But it's so obvious. I mean, what else would you get? But the most important thing is he sees that it's the bestiary and the lodge, and he's not fully committing to catapults, headhunters, and lodge, which is the super anti-tower build. And he doesn't need to, because EfFeCt is going double Sanctum Mountain King, the late game strategy for humans.
A town is under siege.
In this matchup. Oh, Kodo first. Did he go Ensnare, Kodo, then Raider? OrcWorker is not scouting at all. Okay, now he is, with a peon. But as we said, only 2 grunts with this.
The player's forces are under attack.
Is it a bad omen for OrcWorker that we have the Swedish flag represented as the player colors here? Mountain King is out. Only 4 footmen though. He's waiting for breakers and priests and of course the sorceresses. No mana anymore as well. Shadowhunter is creeping up, but only to level 2. He was sharing experience to get critical strike. So the Kodo is there. He gets a Raider as well. Did he just use the backstep on the illusion? Yes, he did. So EfFeCt has a lot of map control on this map. Wind of Illusion again. Just slippers on the Archmage. I mean, it's a little more attack speed for the Mountain King, which is nice because you get more bashes, but maybe he will choose to go for a Thunderclap again, so that won't make a difference at all. Shadowhunter level 2 for the heal wave. EfFeCt is using his Wind of Illusion quite well. Sees OrcWorker the entire game. And still more and more priests. It's 4. Okay, there's the first sorceress. I was a little worried that we forget sorceresses, but no. The most important weapon in the early game against Orc. End snare now. And Dispel upgrade as well. Late end snare. So the map control that the Orc usually has in these matches, before slow comes out, was not there at all. And that results in a low Blade Master, in a low... 2.5 Shadowhunter is okay-ish. But both players share the map amongst each other. And both get a Renegade. Vamp Aura and True Shot would basically be the best. Sobi Mask for the Mountain King is also nice. And he is so heavily preferring... Oh, he gets Scourge Bone Chimes. Nice. So heavily preferring the Shadowhunter over the Blade Master, who is not even remotely close to 3. That's gonna be a lack of damage. He doesn't have the inventory that he needs, he doesn't have the skills that he needs, he just has a lot of sustain. He makes up for the damage with the Kodo Beast a bit, but he can't go to tier 3. So it's not the 20% Kodo Aura, just a 10% Kodo Aura. But that's the dangerous end snare and map control end snare. Oh, he fucks up the surround here. So he has to abandon this because EfFeCt is storming into his base with magic damage against the burrows. Keeping him supply stuck there, so in the next fight, if he loses a lot, he can't get it back. 50% EfFeCt push. No heal wards and no invulns as well. Thunderclaps. Oh, he's level 3 already. Wow, double level 3 for the human. Massive right clicks on the Blade Master, which has quite a bit of mana. But is there a Stormbolt remaining? Yeah, he continues to focus that one. Spirit Link is on the Blade Master as well. No dispel on those priests, but massive healing in the front row. So OrcWorker is losing a lot, and the rest of the army is constantly clicking on the Blade Master, who's not killing too much here. So OrcWorker has to retreat. EfFeCt with a good fight kills another Grunt, about to kill another Raider. Heal Scroll was absolutely necessary, but a big investment, but he can't afford it since he is supply stuck. Backstep into a crit. And there's still one Stormbolt or a Thunderclap. So he gets rid of one more Raider. And one more... Oh, next Heal Scroll. Wow, those are 500 gold investment. And now the next heal wave. But that was the final one. And EfFeCt's army is getting stronger and stronger, abusing the fact that OrcWorker is supply stuck, and he's going into upkeep now. Blade Master only slowly but steady, killing a few of those priests with the help of Critical Strike. But the Kodo is still there, and that's maybe a bigger mistake. There's one more Stormbolt, which he will use most likely on a unit, since he's not focusing heroes at all. I mean, in the first game he did. He needs to surround that Kodo if he wants to kill it and get the Footman back. Or a block Speed Scroll being used by OrcWorker. Very well done to save that Kodo Beast. The Blade Master with his last Windwalk. But here are the towers. Does he have a lumber mill? No, he does not. It's just arcane towers for support and distraction. But Mountain King, the Sobi Mask is helping him so much. Next Water Elemental summoned. Moves the casters out of the range of the Blade Master. Only the Peasants are in range. Now Arcane Tower coming up. What's the front line doing? There's not too much anymore. Thunderclap hits a lot, though. Huge range. Archmage level 4. OrcWorker calls for the GG, and that's the equalizer in map number 2. So finally a game that goes full distance. And the Swedish guy representing Northern Europe with a very good game. I mean, of course, everything spiraled out of control once he lost the first grunt, and then he lost the second grunt against the end snare at the Trapper Camp. That is you can't come back from that, especially if your Blade Master is that low. If you get like 2 claws, then maybe you can force hero kills or snipe the casters early on, but with the late end snare you couldn't do that as well. So that was good. Wait, I joined the game, then I have to read some donations here. There we go. Thank you very much. Hampy87, 10 euros. Neo, you look so wasted. Get some meatballs and mayo to even that out. Actually, I'm feeling super fresh. I thought I would do way worse, but my eye is tearing up a bit the entire time. I don't know why. Thank you for the support. Also to Space Needle 14 for the sub, and Mafi210888 also 10 bucks. Hey Neo, thanks for casting the best Warcraft fights and bringing the emotion of Warcraft in our home. When you're near Frankfurt, let me know, then we drink our famous apple wine together. Oh, that would be a treat. Since Remo is living close to Frankfurt, maybe we can do that. I have to visit him again soonish. So, thank you guys for the support. Much appreciated. We go for EfFeCt versus OrcWorker, map number 3. Here is the tail of the tape again. Sweden versus the Belarus. And it would be a bad start for OrcWorker if he loses this one. But it's Echo Owls. It's usually good for Orcs with a lot of claws. But EfFeCt should be prepared for this. And we go in-game. OrcWorker in the upper left, EfFeCt in the upper right. This time it's not the Swedish colors. And maybe since he's betraying his flag, will it bite him in the ass? It helped him on AZ. But AI is a different piece of cake. Altar of Kings, of course, producing the Archmage here against Orc. There's basically nothing else you can do. And since it's OrcWorker, I don't even know if he has the option to go for a different first hero. I know this guy for 3 years now. And I have never seen him with a Farseer. Like, he is Mr. Blade Master. Pretty equal to Zokul back in the day. But alright. The question is, basically EfFeCt has to dictate the pace of the game. Is there a tower push coming? Is there an expansion coming? How does he creep? Which creep routes will he use? What timings will he have to attack the Orc? OrcWorker has to react a lot of the time. And he needs to find some time for creeping. And creeping starts.
A player's forces are under
Maybe he's
attack.
just sniping the item and then trying to harass, because the worst thing that can happen to OrcWorker is a human expansion. I don't know if EfFeCt plays this. I still think expansion play on Echo Owls for human against Orc is imbalanced and you can do nothing against it. But since he's going for an harass immediately after taking out the creep spot here with a Ring of Protection, which is not that great obviously. This does not point towards an expansion here. Blade Master is in Windwalk, healing up. This healing will be cancelled, or should be cancelled. No, he's just walking straight past him for the Water Elemental. It's the one burrow attack again, and EfFeCt wants to punish this. But he's losing the first footman already against the burrow. This is not supposed to happen, but this is where it counts. Can he cancel the burrows or not? He's going for the right one that was in production a little longer. The damage is sufficient to cancel at least the first one and the second one. So the... Oh, is it? Yeah. And the second one. So the loss of the one footman was definitely justified. And here's the tier 2 tech. So no expansion at all. Good opening again for the Swedish player. For the Viking. So Dust against the Blade Master. He's waiting for boots most likely. It is boots time now. Yeah, very old school to go for that. That opens up the timing slot for OrcWorker to creep this Ogre Magi, and that's pretty big. He gets the second circlet of this. And the Ogre Magi falls without being contested. Potion of Greater Healing is nice since he's pretty low, but he does have 5 heals. 5 heal scrolls remaining, heal selves remaining. Of course, he would have loved an Invo Potion or a Mana Potion more, but EfFeCt is coming back in a little too late. But it's still a little bit of damage. And with the boots, he can easily run away from everything that the Orc throws at him, except if he uses his Speed Scroll. But you don't really want to do that. Archmage playing this kind of risky. He doesn't have the damage to kill this burrow. So OrcWorker not supply stuck, can get his second hero, can get his tier 2 buildings up. And in the meantime, tier 2 is finishing up here as well with a shop. Seems like a normal one base play again, without a big tower rush, with a Mountain King. And this time, Lodge first. Is there space for a bestiary here? EfFeCt is looking for it, and EfFeCt wants to kill this one, and I think if he has the mana, yes he does, spawns a Water Elemental in the base, and gets rid of the Spirit Lodge. I don't know why OrcWorker is positioning himself here. Did he want to creep? Did he want to go to the shop? Because that is very unusual. He should be aware that EfFeCt plays this very aggressive.
A player's forces are under attack.
This is a very defensive play by OrcWorker now. Warmill and Lodge. So again, he delays his end snare by quite a bit. And the map control belongs to... Oh no, his MK is stuck. He's reacting immediately. The map control usually belongs to EfFeCt now, but he needs to creep as fast as possible to get level 3. Ah, okay, he's gone now. He's out now. Or is he? No, he's completely walled in. So he has to wait a bit. This means the Blade Master... Yeah, what does he do here? Just creeping? Okay. EfFeCt lost a lot of time with this. But maybe the item will make up for it at the mercenary camp. OrcWorker, there is the bestiary. At 6 minutes 30. Still not up, that is late. Blade Master finally level 2, completely under leveled. Since he was so busy and ran around like a headless chicken. To a degree. Sentry wards for him. EfFeCt gets a Ring of Regeneration, which is decent-ish. But he was looking for a Pendant of Energy or Claws or Boots here. Another set of boots. Got the first one as well. So, Double Sanctum is up. Sorceresses are coming. And the Shadow Hunter is creeping up. Blade Master's trying to snatch some items, snipe them, and pressure the human a bit. Archmage getting closer to level 3, but he's still quite a bit away. Third circlet, a lot of sustain, but not that much damage. He can't go into that creep spot now, I think. There is Stormbolt. If he reveals himself, he's dead. I think. Oh, he reveals himself. Oh, nice control by OrcWorker. Immediately goes into Windwalk again. And that's not level 3 for EfFeCt. And since the big Ogre Magi is gone, I'm not sure if he can get level 3 here. No, he can. He has to use the Murloc spot. And that gives the Shadow Hunter a lot of time. Also the End Snare upgrade. He's going for more grunts even. To get a bigger army to catch up. Walkers are there as well. Not a depth upgrade though. And the caster army of EfFeCt is growing. With priests and sorks. And if this is a Tome of Experience, that's really neat. No, Tome of Agility. But it's definitely level 3. So EfFeCt has what it takes to fight now. Damage with Stormbolt, Water Elementals and the Berserker. Control with Slow and Heal.
A player's forces are under attack.
Same ping. That's good. Ooh, he's tanky. +4, Ring of Regeneration, Boots, and an Invul. So he should be safe from the Blade Master's attacks. Oh, Pendant of Energy here for OrcWorker, as well as the Heal Scroll. This is paying off really nice. A lot of healing for OrcWorker with those items. And he's in trouble, because the Orc is flanking from the south. He's trying to grab some items here, and experience of course. But the rest of the army is coming in as well. Shadow Hunter with hacks. He's going for the Berserker. He's trying to fight out. He gets a little bit of heal and saves the Berserker. That was the most important thing. Footman, well, yeah, is gone. Gloves of Haste. Still no Claw. On the Blade Master. And that hurts OrcWorker a lot.
Forces are under attack.
Peon Scout is dead. No level 3 for the MK, but level 3.5 for the Shadowhunter already. But again, the Blade Master is underwhelming. Same as it was on AZ. Creeps the rest of the camp now, and OrcWorker walks straight to it. He saw it with the Peon, obviously. 2 units are ensnared. EfFeCt does not want to fight this here already, since he doesn't have a level 3 Mountain King, but maybe he has to. Heal Scroll and big healing is still there. That's level 3 for the Blade Master. I think he has to go for level 2 crit, and that's what he has. Clap level 1. We don't see too many Stormbolts at all, right? It's all Clap. Water Elementals up front, no Blizzard yet. The block line for EfFeCt is there as he called for Militia, and that's his big plus in this fight. Next Thunderclap, so OrcWorker's Micro is heavily handicapped now, but the Kodo Aura provides nice damage. Plus 11 on the Blade Master now, more breakers coming in. He has to steal a bit more of the Spirit Link, I guess. But so far, it's looking good for OrcWorker. The Mountain King is in trouble, might be forced into the Invo Potion soon if there's another Hex. No, there's not. Out of mana, but still the damage. Oh, the priests have to take care, but they're so far away on the Mountain King, he can't get the healing right now. But it's still an equal fight. Goes back and forth and back and forth. And that's level 3 for the Mountain King, and that saves him for quite a while. Shadowhunter level 4, but that won't do too much. Blade Master under pressure. He doesn't have the big healing anymore. Can he get a bash? No, he doesn't have bash. Speed Scroll being used. No! He gets him! Oh boy, OrcWorker loses the Blade Master, and we are so close to the very first big surprise of this tournament. They're slow again. And the Belarusian is under a shitload of pressure. Raider gone. And this Grunt with the slow, he can't do shit against it. Shadowhunter, still not level 4. Has only 1 heal wave. Blade Master takes a long time to get him back. And I'm really surprised that this Mountain King survived. It looked pretty damn bad for him. More priests who do have Adept upgrade for the spell now. Also a nice blocker line with 3 breakers. But OrcWorker is still at 50 food. A lot of gold went into the inventory of the Mountain King with an invul, and this time a heal scroll. So he stole that heal scroll. Even in Sweden, you know, shop control on Echo Isles is important. Here we go. Is this the final fight for OrcWorker in the winner bracket? Snipes the Ensnares to get rid... snipes the Raiders to get rid of the control. But so far the fight is starting decentish for OrcWorker, having in mind that the Blade Master is not there. This is EfFeCt's time to do damage, but of course, thanks to Spirit Link, all the damage is spread. But EfFeCt is losing more. OrcWorker is actually overtowering him in supply now. Losing another Spellbreaker. The heal scroll has already been used. He has to hope for the rubber band now, that it flips back into the Orcish face. But nice defense. Next to the shop, he's losing another breaker. EfFeCt, is this the nerves coming to him? But no, it's level 4 Mountain King, not level 4 Archmage, though, which would be a little more important. Catches the priest, dispels the hex himself. That was just... The longer the fight goes, the worse it is, or the worse it is for the Orc. But EfFeCt is retreating here with only 3 casters, 3 sorcerers, 2 priests. He needs breakers. He needs blockers and he needs the normal damage. OrcWorker has to lick his wounds too, though. 400 gold on EfFeCt's side. A little bit more experience and that gives him level 4. Way more mana now, thanks to the Brilliant Aura level 2. Big mana potion is available, but everything is so expensive. OrcWorker has a ward here. Sends out a peon to scout again. That's about it. Another walker. Both will meet again at 50 supply. Archmage invisible. I really like that. A game on a knife's edge between Sweden and Belarus. And it is again... Oh, a Tome of Retraining and the Invul Potion. No heal scroll. which will be a nice synergy if OrcWorker is going for it, but he's out of resources as well. EfFeCt sees this, sees it's no Tome of Experience, but it is level 4 on the Blade Master. But oh no. He sees it, he moves his army down south, and OrcWorker is going for the turtle. Oh, he's exposing himself here. That peon might have saved OrcWorker's game. But now we have Blizzard Clap combo, and that is devious. I saw a few mistakes by EfFeCt playing this combo on LR, because the Blizzard was always faster than the clap. It should be the other way around. Because if your units are clapped, then they're slower, so it's harder to micro them out of the Blizzard. Power peon. That dude who went right.
A player's forces are under attack.
Saved him the game, for sure. Both are creeping now. EfFeCt is a lot faster with this area of effect. Climbing up to level 5. But will this be the creep check now? Blade Master is going that way. Focuses again heavily on the Shadow Hunter. But the Blade Master won't be in time. And this is boots number 2. We're looking for it. The map is empty. It's crapped. He's waiting for the heal scroll, I think. He has the gold now, as he is an upkeep. EfFeCt, not an upkeep yet. Pendant of Energy again! Oh, OrcWorker is lucky. OrcWorker is really, really, really lucky. That is 700 mana at level 5. Can you imagine how much healing that is? I mean, there is a lot of damage as well. He will need that. Level 4 Blade Master. It's not crazy, but it's still good damage. EfFeCt is moving over with a heal potion, with 2 invulns and a mana potion too. So the one hero on the Orcish side has a lot of mana in general. The other hero on the human side has 450 mana to nuke and stun. It's a good blocker line again. If you can establish that line of breakers, it's gonna be very hard for OrcWorker to break through this and disable the Blizzard. How much raiders do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus Hex. He can spam Hex, basically. EfFeCt is trying to find an opening. 60 versus 60. It's an arms race now. OrcWorker can, of course, react easier.
Player's forces are under attack.
He has more experience. 1 level ahead. But this seems to be the position that EfFeCt wants. The Raiders in a great position. Oh boy. This Blizzard will not work at all if the Raiders are free to do whatever they want. Here it is. 2 waves and boom, and snare immediately. Blade Master is a little bit out of position here. First Raider down. Mountain King maybe has to snipe them. And again the end snares. Great reactions by OrcWorker. The blocker line is not established well, but if you can fight back into this choke, that would be the best. Blade Master still far back. Finally the Blade Master gets attacked, but that's the Blizzard Clap combo that I was talking about. And OrcWorker is losing quite a bit of HP here. It's a super close game. Reinforcements are coming in way faster for the Orc though. Shadowhunter still 400 mana. And a heal scroll. This is almost impossible. He's trying his best but TPing out now, and if he checked the inventory of the Shadowhunter, then we see a sad, sad smiley face in Sweden right now. What is the solution against this Shadowhunter? Expand? Hide behind the expansion? $2,200 remaining. He's towering up his own base. Level 4.5 on both heroes. Magic Sentry is there. Will he have the time? Inventory doesn't look too bad with 2 invulns. But there's mana. A mana potion on top. This is 855 mana. And a heal scroll as well. Berserkers for OrcWorker. He wants to put the nail in the coffin. Right here, right now. But the Arcane Towers, it was a nice reaction to support him a little more. He just can't allow OrcWorker to lure him out. That's what he's trying to do. But if he stays in his base, then the Orc has shop control. And then it's gonna be infinite heal scrolls as well. Okay, OrcWorker is the one expanding. And that's smart. EfFeCt can't do anything right now. He can't engage a fight. Because OrcWorker's radar control is too good and he can't spam too much hex. And so he has to fight in his base, and so OrcWorker abuses his map control to the fullest. I really like that. It's smart play by the Belarusian. It's scouted though. And this takes a lot of time. Invis Archmage? Risky. Really, really risky. It's too late for tier 3. No tier 3 here either. But Wyvern for damage. In the absence of Water Elementals, again, a good move. EfFeCt is banking. And so it looks like OrcWorker will let EfFeCt do whatever he wants as long as the expansion comes up. EfFeCt will wait for around about 2,000 gold and then explode into 70. He's trying to tower up. But come on, this must be scouted, right? If not, this is a pretty cool move. Peon scout. Actually, he doesn't scout it. He's trying to find a solution to burn the Shadowhunter. And the only thing he can think of, or the only thing that is available right now, is Arcane Towers and Breakers. Can't go for tier 3. So no Blood Mage. That would be Hexed and Ensignet anyway. So it is coming down to one big, decisive, all-in push. Expo is up and running. There's a lot at stake for both players. EfFeCt still banking. Is it time to break upkeep now? He wants the least bit of money from this, and now it's time to invest. 60 food immediately, Breakers and Berserker. Towers are up, not in sight. Peons are moving down. This is of course gone as well. What's in for the inventory? Heal potion, mana potion, invul potion. That's about it. Long queue. This will take some time for EfFeCt to pay off. In the meantime, OrcWorker is close to 80. Does have those Wind Riders are big threat with +4. EfFeCt is stuck at 65 food, but you know he invested a lot.
A player's forces are under attack.
The towers have been found since it was daytime. Timings are not working too well for him here. EfFeCt will be at 73 supply as well. No upgrades on the Breakers. Another heal scroll most likely. Yeah, heal scroll and invul. That makes it 2 heal scrolls. And still the 850 mana on the Shadowhunter. Optimizing the unit formations. And OrcWorker is of course aware that the push is coming. He's scouting constantly with the peon, so he knows no expansion. He needs a perfect position. With a safe Archmage, with great claps. It's kind of like a Congo line at the moment, which is not ideal at all. Scan being used, 1 heal scroll for him as well. He's coming from the south, is he? Okay, breakers up front, militia is there as well, and that should be a lot of breakers. The Archmage is a little bit too far forward, I think, and so the Raiders get them again. But yeah, wow. 4 Wyvern, holy shit, 80 supply OrcWorker, but he's trying to switch the focus onto the Blade Master. There was healing, and the Shadow Hunter is perfect there. He cannot be reached at all. He's trying to fight back a bit. He gets rid of a few Raiders here and there. But EfFeCt, look at the numbers. Look at the supply. Shout out to Todd. Blizzard in general, a great spell. But not against this. 183 critical strike. Level 5. This is level 3 crit. And what can you do against it if 224 rains down on you and OrcWorker was in trouble? He was fighting really hard. But in the end, it wasn't enough. And OrcWorker with a... Some call him a robot. Some call him playing dumb sometimes. But this was the perfect reaction. At a perfect position. And, of course, luck with the two pendants. The 2 pendants. I don't know. I don't want to say they saved him the game. But they made it... I mean, if you have a big army and this is your biggest tournament, of course you try to go for everything. But OrcWorker just smarter at this point. I don't know what happens if EfFeCt goes for an expansion earlier. But we'll see. The next match is for the winner bracket final, and it will be Foggy versus Hawk. This will need some hype, so we give you a little break. Spread the word about it. The best European human versus the best European Night Elf fighting for the winner bracket final.